Hello and welcome to Deck Techs with Lady Lavinias. In this one, we are going to be looking at a deck I like to call Awu. And Awu is, you guessed it, a wolf tribal deck. It is wolves and werewolves, and it actually runs really well. I don't know, even it's like on the border of not being jank anymore, even though it is a tribal deck. Because it does run very consistently. I mean, it is mono green. So, we start out with our little pack leader as our nice little 1-drop. We have some pack song pups to get up there and trigger the extra counter every single turn for the pack song, as well as to get us some life back. Because between the pack song and the greed henge, it's only what we have for life gain. Now, we have Werewolf Pack Leader, just to make sure we can draw extra cards, as well as get that trample in case we do not find our Hound Tamer. But the idea of the deck is to get out this Howl Pack Piper. Howl Pack Piper is a 4-mana 2/2 human werewolf that says the spell can't be countered, and you can pay 2, tap this. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or a werewolf, you get to untap it. You can only activate it as a sorcery. So the idea is to get this out, have a whole extra turn, and then be able to cheat some of our big werewolves onto the field and keep untapping this Piper until it becomes too much of a problem. Now, because we're using this ability that is not playing a spell, so we actually will be able to go from day to night pretty quickly with the Piper out. So we have the Averbruck Caretaker. Some of you know her for her Rampage in Limited. She's a 6-mana 4/4 with Hexproof, and at the beginning of combat, you get 2 counters on another target creature. And then at night, it also has Hexproof. It's a 6/6, and everything else gets Hexproof, and she puts 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. So it's really out of control very quickly. Tovalar's Huntmaster does very similar things. It creates 2 2/2s, and then those 2/2s makes more 2/2s as a werewolf, and then it also can fight things. We have Wolf Strikes just to do damage and to get something that we can't really deal with out of the board. As well as this Hunter's Insight, which is an older card from Jumpstart. Is a 3-mana instant. It says choose target creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker this turn, draw that many cards. So the idea is to be able to refill your hand with some of these really high-powered wolves that we'll have as well, and then, you know, just overrun them with a bunch of wolves/werewolves. And again, pretty consistent. I was actually debating not doing a deck tech on this because you'll see how powerful it can be. Alright, so we're going to be looking for some early creatures to be able to play and hopefully find that 4-drop that cheats things in. Be wonderful. We did find the Piper, and we have a Caretaker, and 1s and 2s. Alright, this is fine. I wish we had a couple lands, but that's okay. We can hold off. Getting lands would be ideal. We also do have removal, so this hand is actually pretty good for us. Okay, we have a second Piper. Gonna get in for 2, and play our Pack Leader, and now we just need lands. We do have 24 lands in this deck. Sometimes they just don't show up. So, we're gonna play the pup before combat, and we're just gonna go in. They could have a Cry for Carnarium. Be rather awful for us, but that's okay. Not what we want to see. Pup is still continuously going. Those counters. Knight of Ebon Legion. And here, downfall from my poor pup. Alright, we finally got our land. So in that case, we are going to do this right this second. Get that out of there and attack for 2. Looks like they have a lot of removal, but just need our land. Do not want to put that on top. They have another knight. Hey, us! Yes, we have found... our Piper. Finally. And then we will pass turn because this becomes a 4, 5? 5. Haunt of Hightower. Ooh, spooky. Literally. Okay, so what we can do here, I could kill it. I could kill it right now. Option. But I kind of want to get the Eva so I can start having things. That would be more fun. Ah, woo! Probably the pack leader. They could just take the damage. Or they could just jump it. That's also. Alright, so they both flip. I get to find another werewolf. I'll take the ambusher, and you know what? Tovalar sounds pretty good right now. Looks likely, though. Everything is hexproof, so really, really bad for mono black to deal with. A lot of that removal is not gonna work. Yep, and then they realize that everything has hexproof, including my lands. Hear that? Agent of Treachery? Sniper, no sniping. Leave it alone, leave my lands alone. So that's kind of how the deck should function. It is a kind of janky thing, but it is really consistent, and I don't know, this might be too good for the normal jank on this channel. But we tried to make a wolf tribal deck, and it's so powerful. Just drunk. Alright, I'm gonna mulligan this. I don't really love this hand. Much better. Now, we don't have the thing to cheat us in, but we do have a Hunter's Insight to hopefully try to draw some extra cards. So we're definitely going to keep this. I'll probably put back the Night Pack Ambusher. We can find another one later. I want to keep my pack leader. Ooh, it's a mutate deck. Spicy. Alright, so that means we do have to use the Hunter's Insight almost immediately because it might make us bounce or kills this. Poliwag! Please draw me 3 cards. Yeah. Alright, so we've drawn a lot of lands this game, which isn't ideal, but we can actually manually play this. Hey, the Sea Dasher Octopus. Got it. You have the Ambusher, or another pack leader for next turn. We'll see. This deck is really scary, so we're gonna want to get hexproof to everything as fast as possible. So it weirdly tapped this, which is sad because they would just draw a card. Another land? We do have our ambusher to play, which is gonna be nice. Which kills their creature. They have something that they can do. Could put another one. Okay. Unexpected fangs. I'm still gonna kill it. It's still worth getting all the creatures out of the field. Wow, we have flooding out. See? Sometimes we get mana screws, sometimes we get mana flood. That is Magic the Gathering at its finest. Oh, there is 24 forests. I thought about going down to 23, but getting that curve is way more important to me, so we did maintain the 24 land count. I want to make sure that if we do not find our 4-drop that cheats things in, that I can at least stabilize. Alright. Oh, look, speaking of, hi friend, you're a little late. Since I already have Ava Brook. Has expert. Now I could have gone Piper and cheated it in, but I didn't. I chose not to. My worst thing is if they had something that said you have to sacrifice, so I need at least 2 creatures, so it was a little risky. It's okay. They can't bounce this because it has hexproof. Okay, they found a lot of lands. Now, this deck's main weakness is flyers. So it's quite unfortunate. I'm going to be playing both just to make sure that, you know, we get through this. I'll put it on the pack leader and then I will come in. Avabrook. They can bounce the pack leader if they want. It looks like will transform. I will get Ambusher. We'll get another land. So many. In fact. I will go in, drawing another card. They do. Block that. Yeah, that's fine, I think. I don't want to play a second spell. So, they're on 1. Looks like lands, unfortunately, for this deck. So, we were able to deal with the mutate early. They did offer the trade here, which was lucky for us. That's 2 creatures gone. And then, they just had it here. So they were hoping that I would not want to trade. But thankfully we were able to do this. They didn't have another octopus. Another octopus would have meant that it would have gotten an extra counter and I wouldn't have been able to block it then. So yeah, that's pretty good. Again, this deck, the only negative side is that it doesn't have much ways to deal with flyers. There's no real great reach wolves. There is the flash reach wolf that you could put in if you wanted as a 3/2, but I felt it wasn't as great. Alright, so I would like to show the deck off a little bit more where I have the full combo. I can get it going probably turn 5. Turn 5 I can probably swing full in and win the game. Depending on my startup. Okay, A little slow, a little heavy on lands, but I do like it. I see the pup. Up. Now the pup does need another wolf to trigger, so at this point... Never mind. At this point I put the pup in because I'm gonna put another pup in. next time. So they'll both trigger. Kitty pup. So cute. Get him. Boom. So good. Good doggo. Okay. So that means that they'll both get a counter every single turn. And if they die now, I gain 2 life. Each. Oh! Rude. They murdered the pup! That's so rude. Oh, rude. Alright, I put the Piper out because I want to start cheating things in. Extra super rude. Gonna keep it. Get him, pup. Okay, so it looks like they have just a lot of removal. When a creature enters the battlefield and players, they lose. Okay, that's fine. So I can get in for 3 here. But I think I want to go Werewolf Pack Tactics. And we'll see. It does drain me for 2. But I really want to put the pressure on them. Okay, looks like too much pressure. So we didn't get to do things because they had just a lot of removal, but we were able to still in the game, even though I kept playing mono green Wolfy boys. That's what they get for killing my doggos, so no mercy. Alright, I think we have time for one more. So we're going to show off the deck one more time. And hopefully get a good game in. Alright, I'm gonna go for it, even though we only have 2 lands. Still risky, but again, we do have the Hunter's Insight and the Wolf Strike. Say hello to our opponent. Have another Piper. Okay, backup plan. Game session. Hopefully not too scary. Annihilation, that's fine. That tiny pup. Drawing the land there was really good. Really what we needed. Another cram session. Alright. We don't have a creature to put out for the pup, unfortunately. I'm just gonna filter this to draw another card, hopefully get a land. Alright, perfect. As weird as that was. So that I can get the Piper in next turn. Cosmos Elixir. Alright. Go with the pup. Unfortunately, we had to use the Hunter's Insight early because we just didn't have a 3-drop or lower in terms of werewolves or wolves to play. But, okay. They could annihilate this. They are choosing not to. Another Piper. Another one. Okay, they took out that. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's okay. So they will trigger. We're gonna pick up the pack leader here. And an Avabruck. One of the Avabrucks. Yeah, either or, they're just gonna annihilate one of them. But if they don't, and I draw a land off the top, I can play this just straight up as a werewolf, and that would be so much worse for them. If they don't switch it today. Okay. Tiny pup. It's done, okay. Card. They are going to be able to switch it today, but it's a little spooky still to do so. Alright. This one. That one, and I don't want to play that. And it will go to night again. Let's get the trample in, just make sure. And another Avabruck. Now they all have hexproof. Really hard to deal with, and that means that this is kind of dead now. Needed the trample here. So they could go back today if they wanted, but that means, again, I get to do more cheating in, which is fine by me. When it's nighttime, I can, because it only has the ability on the front side, I can't actually do it on the back side, so I do have to manually put it in. I do not care for it. It could have had Death Touch, and I just didn't want to deal with it. It does have Menace, so they would just choose this. They're trying to figure out what to do. This is a big problem for our opponent who's just playing mono black. They probably have a lot of removal, and most of it's dead to hexproof. Because next turn I can cheat in, if they stay tonight, I can cheat in other Avabruck, or the Hollow Henge Huntsmaster, it would give 4 +1/+1 counters to every creature, and everything would have trample. So it is a guaranteed win next turn if they don't switch it to day this turn. Have to play 2 things. Okay. It's going back to day. Means I do get to cheat things in again. Right. Alright, here we go again. I'm gonna do this. And... probably be the Night Pack Ambusher. I guess it really doesn't matter. We'll give all the counters to the pup. Get him, pup. That will get them up. Getting the aerialist, and I end turn. Making a 3/3 because of it. Getting another tamer in. And getting a Huntmaster. This will also create us 2 2/2s. And when it attacks, I also get 2 2/2. And I can fight something. The Ambusher makes me another 3/3. So this should be lethal. This turn. Keep saying that, but this time for sure. This time for sure. And I would go back to 4/4, but and they have to play 2 more things. Okay, see if they have another 2-drop. Okay. Opponent's really thinking. Honestly, I would not want to be in their position right now. This is a big problem. It doesn't give hexproof to you, so you can still get Settle the Wreckage as a heads up, but it does be able to protect your lands, which is kind of nice. Oh no. Oh, they're keeping the nighttime for me. I do this. Which should be the end of the game. And this. Which should turn this off to being a god. I could have gone pup. Again, all of them have hexproof, so... should be it. All of them get +4/+4. So let's see if opponent lets us do that or not. They're looking. Hello, opponent. Aww. Okay, so they went Baleful Mastery. Everything would have gotten a +4/+4, which is just a lot to deal with. That would have been 9, 18, lot of math. Someone in the comments do the math here. How much? This also gets a +2/+0 because it's night, so keep that in mind. So 4 + 9. It's just a lot. It's a lot of damage. How much damage would opponent be taking if they did the optimal blocks? Which it doesn't matter because it is trample. Tell me in the comments. Do the math for me. Because I'm not doing it. I hope you enjoyed the deck, though. I'm going to be putting it in the description below. Remember to give a like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying these deck techs. Hopefully, next time I won't make as a beast of a deck. It felt just so powerful. Awu. Until next time. Bye, YouTube!